5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they did it! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Kicking it Stateside. Back again, Tuesday, August 10th. Of course, we have some drama surrounding a certain human being. One, Leo Messi, of course, thrown his name in the headlines. Apparently, he is on his way to PSG.
He's there.
He was seen in Paris this morning, looking like putting the pen to paper, and they will be announcing that signing, I guess, tomorrow. So we're going to probably talk a lot about that today with the whole Messi drama. Also, looking ahead to that PSG team, their projected starting 11 is like a FIFA career mode. That's why I put that. I'm like, this is like a FIFA team in FIFA that you turn off the transfer budget and you like force transfers down people's throats.
Yeah, when you're playing, or you're playing a pro and ultimate team that
has
like
Messi,
unlimited funds. Yeah,
Neymar, Mbappe all up front, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is going to be. Is that even going to be fun in the game? And is that even going to be fun for them in real life? I guess is the real question.
Not even to mention the fact that they added Sergio Ramos and Donnarumma. So,
yeah. And Genie Wijnaldum while they're at it.
Yeah, so
it's
again,
it's a hilarious thing. I don't know.
I know we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about, but I keep telling everybody I still wouldn't be surprised if Mbappe is not there because financial, whatever. So
trying to sell him off.
I feel like they have to. Like, where's the money coming from? And we have a whole show to talk about it. We've decided to cut the Premier League preview into one show and use this show to talk about it because it is big news. And, you know, I put as my name today the word impressed in French because I am impressed. We've called him out and we've called him out and we've called him out, and we said the biggest knock on him was he was scared to leave Barca. He was always going to stay at Barca. He was going to hide there for the rest of his career and be comfortable. And, you know, heartwarming, whatever, heartbreaking, however you look at it, he tried to do the right thing. And from everything I read, that he offered the 50% pay cut. He tried to take the 50% pay cut. You can't put that on him that he didn't try. They weren't unable to unload enough people in time for that to be able to pass the financial fair play, apparently. So he had to go. And he's taking a shot. And I would have respected it maybe a little bit more if he didn't go and just build this super team and be the last piece to this super team.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe went somewhere where he would just be more the key piece. But he kind of has done that now over Barca. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you knew when there was talks about him leaving Barcelona that there's pretty much two teams that were going to be able to get him financially, with Man City and PSG being those two, and the rest were pretty long shots. And, you know, obviously with Man City buying up a whole bunch of players, getting Grealish as well this summer, there's no way that would fit into any kind of plan.
No, and they're still not completely out of the hot water from the last time.
And so shockingly, both teams are one of those, like, how do they not get in trouble for this? But they basically got all these guys on a free PSG. You know, Ramos's contract was up, Messi's contract was up, Donnarumma's was up, Genie Wijnaldum's, I think, was up as well.
Yes,
so you're getting
it was.
5 guys who can easily slot into any team in the world, and you're getting that for free, essentially.
Well, I mean, you look at a PSG team, it makes perfect sense. They just lost their league last year. for the first time in a while to Lille. They made it to back-to-back Champions League, semifinals, basically, and finals and semifinals, at least semifinals. So they're like knocking on the door, and now all of a sudden they just
Yeah, I mean, that's a great segue into the poll question. Is this all the pressure on Messi does he have to win the Champions League title for PSG while he's there? Especially this year, that's if, Mbappe doesn't decide to stay, or if PSG is, has to
even
keep
without
him,
him,
or whatever the case may be. Do you disagree or agree, that he needs to win a title? I mean, I'm sitting in the more, does he have to? Must he win the title? I wouldn't say he must win the title, but I mean, there's going to be a shit ton of pressure on him this year, that whole team, to, if not get to the final. Like I was talking to my soccer group chat, and I was saying that if they don't get to the Champions League at least final, it's a massive failure, because they set their team up perfectly to get over the hump and win the whole thing, because with that lineup, you shouldn't lose a game ever. But I don't know. Is it a must? I would say disagree. I don't think he necessarily has to, but the pressure is going to be on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree on this one, and I think with the fact that he's getting, even if Mbappe leaves, I'm not even going to put it on whether Mbappe stays or goes. Mbappe can go or stay. I feel like with how close this team's been without him, and the addition of Ramos and the goalkeeper, like, this is a must win. This is a move you make at 34 years old. You take the two-year, it looks like, with a option for a third-year deal. You have to bring home a Champions League title. Like, winning France isn't enough. Like, they should win France 90% of the time. Last year was one of those anomalies where somebody stepped in and
snatch it away from Lille.
Yeah, I mean, Lille still kind of owns them. They just won the champions, the Trophy of Champions in France against them, 1-0 recently.
Like the French Super Cup or something?
Yeah, basically it's the French Super Cup. So, yeah, I think anything less than a Champions League win is kind of a failure in all of this, just because of all the other additions. And I feel bad. I mean, I don't feel bad. I shouldn't say I feel bad. Like, Barcelona's just, they're effed right now. They're in really bad shape. I feel bad for Serginho Dest, because I feel like Dest just agreed to stay, and now Messi left, and I think a big reason why he agreed to stay was because Messi was there. Maybe that's why he rocked that outfit that he rocked to the old presser. I mean, the thing is, too, you got to give him a little leeway, too. They've been training. They've been playing. Like, while Messi's been sitting back, not with the team, really, while all this is going on, because his contract ended June 30th. And this whole time, he hasn't been training and practicing with the team.
Yeah.
Des has a job to do, and that's what he had to wear that day. He probably didn't have a suit with him. Yeah, like, he didn't have a suit in the fucking facility with him. Can't be mad at the guy.
He's basically saying that Messi's the GOAT, wearing the Jordan jersey.
Yeah, so
I thought, that was pretty funny, actually. Everybody was giving him shit on Twitter, I saw. It's like, really, for Messi's, like, farewell conference, you can't, like, put on, like, a nice, like, at least maybe, like, a tracksuit or like a polo or something like that.
Well, he is.
But I get where he was going. Yeah, I get where he was going with it.
He's got work to do. He doesn't have time for that shit.
But yeah, we're gonna move, like Brian said, more of the Prem preview show on Thursday. We figured that, and we didn't really get to talk about the Messi thing last Thursday because we really wanted to get that U.S. men's national team out of the way, and give Messi, his due to talk a little more than like 10 minutes about the move. And that was when it was fresh, like it just dropped that he was pretty much out. So, but yeah, just want to say what's up to everybody. Thanks for tuning in, Brian, Tommy, Eddie, Mike
Lord
Parker.
Walker, have a
What's up,
safe
brother?
flight.
Yeah, that's great. Dan, hello, sir. Eddie said, PSG not winning the Champions League this season, there's a problem with the club.
So it sounds like he agrees to the poll. Tommy agrees to the poll.
I would say, yeah, it's more on your side. We try to do the devil's advocate thing, one of us, and I'm just laying it out there. I'm like, I don't know. Does he necessarily need to? That team already had enough pressure on it with, Neymar and Mbappe getting so close. And now it's like, well, yeah.
Well, he won. He won with
it now.
Him and
Messi.
Neymar won before too, so that pressure's there. When they were together at Barca, they won. So, I mean, there's no excuse. I'm sorry, but you look at these other teams and the ones that have even won recently in Chelsea, and even in Bayern. Like the talent levels comparably with Chelsea and Bayern. You could put Chelsea and Bayern together, and you don't probably have the talent that that team has.
On paper, it's an incredible team. Like they should win hands down. Like you look at that, projected 11 for PSG this year, you're thinking easily they win it, like walking away. But again, you still got to step on the field. Like maybe the Chelsea team last year wasn't the most talented, but somehow, some way, they were able to, play defense decent enough to get them there and, get some big goals when they needed. But yeah, it's crazy. It is unreal that the way that this team is now situated. It's like you're surrounding the big three up top with still Verratti, Wijnaldum. You bring in one of the best goalies, up-and-coming young goalies who had a fantastic Euros in Donnarumma, and then bringing the ageless wonder Sergio Ramos in from a rival club of Real Madrid to play with Messi. So Pochettino's got himself a plethora of options to.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I mean,
even their bench though, like you're working with like a Cardi coming off, like it's wild.
Yeah, I was gonna look up. Actually, I wanted to see the full bench even with him in there, but I'll look that up later.
What's up, Eric? Of course, Eric says disagree to the poll. He wants to see Liverpool get back to the glory days, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Joey said it's a great day if you're a PSG fan, and I'm sure you're going to see a lot of new PSG fans now.
Yeah. Of course.
That allegiance to Barcelona where
there was
all those people in the US that were kissing the Barcelona crest are now kissing PSG's crest.
There was a lot of I was going to say there was
Messi's nuts.
I think there was a lot of allegiance to Messi, not Barca, from some of the American crowd especially. Like I know my nephews, they wanted a Messi jersey. They didn't care.
The young generation is. And again, we give Messi props. Again, we've given him a very hard time about him being comfortable and that he'll never leave Spain. But hey, he's going to go to the land of baguettes, delicious baguettes, and delicious wine.
Oh yeah, they still have Hakimi. That's another one.
That's what I'm saying.
Kurzawa, Diallo,
and like Prisnel Kimpembe is like a young good player too.
Rafinha's there,
and Marquinhos. You can't forget about him either.
Ander Herrera, Julian's still there.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that team is. I mean, obviously, there's gonna somebody's got to be on their way out. Keylor Navas is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to free up some money somehow. I don't know if you saw that was a kind of a big story. Well, not a big story, but there's a story of going on. I guess some Barca fan has basically filed a class action, some kind of suit, trying to stop this transfer. Basically, saying that PSG's breaking a whole bunch of financial rules and this, that, and the other thing. So just a salty Barca fan, it sounds like.
Of course. You and what army is going to stop this move? You know how much money PSG, the club, has? It wouldn't even make sense for you to lawyer up. You'd lose.
Yeah. I mean, he has. Like, it's in the action. It sounds like the guy's like, if you read it, he's done his due diligence, but there's a 0 chance it's going to make any impact on this at all. But he's trying. He's really trying hard.
Hey, if he wants to spend all his money on lawyer fees, go for it. That's a tough one. But yeah, it's a big talking point. We'll really get in on that, and we love to hear what everybody thinks. You know, I'm sure if there's any Barcelona fans out there on YouTube, you want to share a story of why you follow Messi or how you got to be a Barcelona, whatever the case may be, let us know. And if you're staying with Barcelona, I know a lot of people follow LeBron James, not so much the team he's playing for, just wherever he goes, they follow I'd like to see if there's Messi fans out there that will now become PSG fans. I guess also, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this is like a Brady-esque move,
Yeah,
late in the career, a guy that you probably thought would never switch teams. Like most people didn't think Tom Brady would ever leave New England. Same way here, we all thought. I mean, even last week, you saw we were talking about it, and it started to pop back up again at the end of our show, and kind of were going off on how it was more of just him getting back in the media, and they were still going to work it out, and it still looked like they were going to work it out. And they just failed to move off the players that they needed to in order to get the money right. And, they failed the club, or the club failed Messi. Messi didn't fail the club. I will give him credit. He was willing to take the cut to stay there, I guess. Again, I've always wanted him to leave anyway, but he was trying to do the right thing by Barcelona and the club after everything they had done for him, I guess, but just it didn't work out. So
yeah, and,
his dad didn't seem too happy at the airport when they asked him if it was definitely going down. He said yes, and then when they asked him who, he basically said you got to ask the club that. So
yeah, I guess we'll never know what happened in the back rooms and what talks were had and weren't had. It's just like,
yeah,
we'll never really know. Eddie says Mauricio Pochettino is so lucky to coach PSG with the big three and bring in Ramos. Of course, I mean, you got to feel pretty good for him, but again, that's a lot of pressure on Poch, because now that's just going to be, hey, you can't settle for coming in second in League One, and nothing short of a Champions League final or semis is just an epic failure that might lose you your job as well. So, hey, it's not all rainbows over there. It's going to be a lot of pressure on that guy. But yes, Dan, there are a lot of Messi sheep, and I'm sure we'll see the herd moving. Eric said he's a Messi fan, but will never be a PSG fan, just like I never be a Lakers fan. But he's still Barca, which I'm surprised. I mean, a lot of people, especially in the U.S., are not Barcelona fan just because they enjoy the Spanish-style soccer that they play. It's because Messi. And just curious if you're going to stay a Barcelona fan, or you're going to make the move to watching some good PSG versus Strasbourg on a Saturday morning at like 7 a.m. That's up to you. I don't know.
Speaking of, if you do want to catch the press conference live, it will be on at 5 a.m. our time tomorrow morning.
There you go.
You can stream that, I'm sure, somewhere.
And there's a lot of rumblings what jersey he's going to wear, so we'll see.
Yeah, I've heard 30, then we heard, 19?
Eric said 19, yeah.
I mean, I guess the 10 could still be there, but he doesn't want to take it from Neymar, and I understand.
I think Neymar should just be a nice boy and just let him.
I think Neymar should just give him the 10. Neymar should take like 7.
But is that really a Neymar thing to do, give up the 10? Probably not.
No.
He won't, really. Even to his idol, but whatever. But yes, Eric, I know you always got the Reds to lean on this year.
Lean on me.
But yeah, the other thing we had, the YouTube poll question, backtracking to when we talked about the U.S. men's national team last week, we had our Kickin at Stateside starting 11 that we wanted to see start that first game against El Salvador on September 2nd, coming up here. So it was most of the young, the best young talent leaving for Europe is a good thing for U.S. soccer. We see, obviously, just to name a few, the Josh Sargent's making the move from Germany now in the Premier League with Norwich City this year, which is great for him. Norwich making some moves, man. I know I don't want to get in too much of it with the Prem talk, but I think the Canaries might actually stay up this year. They made some low-key good moves that I think that's going to pay off in the end. But again, also Gianluca Busio making the move to Venezia, newly promoted Italian side from Sporting Kansas City in the MLS, so that's good for Gianluca. Also, low-key, the Gold Cup. Did Sam Vines play that well that he got the move that people were like, wow, he's really good? Because he just moved to Royal Antwerp after the Gold Cup, I saw that, and not like it's a crazy move, but it's still in Europe and still to Belgium.
My thing with him, from what I observed during that entire tournament, was offensively, the kid is actually he's pretty legit. I mean, he gets up and down the field. He does the work offensively. He's super struggle on the defensive side. So I don't know if there's going to be some kind of conversion of position when he goes there, or if they're just going to work with him a lot. And either way, I guess it's a good signing because it's just another guy going over there. But yeah, I got what you said. I kind of did the same thing when I saw that signing. I was like,
this is kind of low key under the radar. I didn't hear much about it.
Yeah, like you figured there would be other guys that might get a call before you heard his name out of some of what happened in that tournament. So I'm surprised Atlanta hasn't got a call on Miles, or they haven't done anything yet. But you know how Atlanta tends to drag their feet like Red Bull does as well. We saw that with Joseph Martinez and their inability to really cash in on him.
Yeah, striking while the iron is hot for some players, holding on.
Yeah, Almiron was the only one.
Which I get, but it
happens all the time.
True, and you want to keep those players because that's usually what brings people into the seats. So,
well, while we're talking about value, before we get too far into the show, we got to hit our sponsors. So, we talked about it earlier. I know the Olympics and Euros are over. Baseball's still going on. You got the major championship. You got concerts. They're all in this summer. We know it's not a wild hairy bush. They could probably use this over in France. Maybe Messi could use a little Manscaped himself moving over to France.
The new PSG sponsor, jersey sponsor, Manscaped.
Yeah. But tame your pubes with your friends from Manscaped, the leaders in the below-the-waist grooming. Their fourth-generation performance package includes the brand-new Lawnmower 4.0. If an athlete treats their body like royalty, why not treat your pubes like Olympic gold? Fellas, do the right thing by your balls and join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com, use A2D code, and get 20% off with the free shipping. The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take the podium with the fourth generation cutting-edge technology, ceramic blade, skin-safe technology. Keeps your balls nice. Plus, they throw, like Adam said, he's showing you. We don't need to keep showing you, but they throw you all these little
travel pack.
Yeah, a little chafing, all that good stuff. So get on board.
Deodorant, yeah.
Yeah, take care of your boys.
It's always good, man.
Yeah, and of course, the show sponsor, the great Dr. Paul Vidal.
I got clarification. It's South Jersey. He got the best.
Thank you. So number one in South Jersey. He's probably number one in Jersey. He just doesn't, they break down the demographics. Yeah, right. So we consider him number one overall.
We were just saying what we thought, and maybe not so much like the actual
New Jersey,
award.
PA, anywhere you can come from and you can get to him. He'll take care of you. And you could still go online if you really need to, and you're worried about the things going on here. So, specializedphysicaltherapy.com, Dr. Paul Vidal, the best around. And then our boys, again, we can't forget our final sponsor, our buddy Riley Cote and the Body Check Wellness Gang. Promo code, again, A2D, 25% off all the topicals, creams with the power of hemp. Good stuff. Trying to keep our bodies well. You see how we do. I ain't plugging these guys though. It's a pretty good one though.
free promotions.
Not for them.
They get the quiet one.
Wow, what a name.
Wow.
And we got a.
I'm not sure if that's just robot or what.
Oh, look, we do have somebody there, though. Yes.
The Messi thing, I believe, will be.
It's confirmed. It's confirmed. They've rented the Eiffel Tower. They had to move it from today to tomorrow. The last time PSG rented the Eiffel Tower was when they announced Neymar. It will be 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where you are checking in from. But in US where we are in Jersey and PA, it's 5 a.m. So if you are that big of a fan, yeah, man, wake up, stream it. I will not. I'll watch the replay.
Yeah, it's pretty much all in the bag. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they had a hype video for a signing tomorrow, so I don't really know. Unless they're really fucking everybody up and pulling a fast one, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Messi signing, especially if they're renting out the Eiffel Tower again.
Yeah, no, it's
unless they're bringing David Beckham out of retirement, I don't think that you can count it as Messi, good as gold.
Yes, there it is. Yep, there it is.
You can order your Messi PSG.
Yeah, wait till tomorrow till you get a number.
The jersey number is still apparently up in the air.
Yeah, I'm sure you will know tomorrow.
I'm surprised it hasn't been leaked already, but they've been pretty hush-hush. That's good. That's so funny. Yeah, but so... Again, people are just tuning in. We are going to be talking about this whole Messi situation. We did kind of go over a little bit. We were saying how the projected starting 11 was going to be a lot like the FIFA career mode or something along those lines, where you just kind of like turn off the transfer budget for a certain team or force trades like you did in some of those Maddens or NBA Live games, where it's just like, all right, you want like Messi for, some guy on Brentford or something straight up, and they're like, yes, force the trade. We want that. Done deal. Messi's on your squad. But yeah, it's ridiculous with the amount that they spend $0 on Messi, Ramos, Donnarumma, Wijnaldum, all to come in. That's a great question. Brinkman, why did Messi move?
Well,
pretty much Barcelona didn't want to pay him or couldn't afford to pay him.
Couldn't pay him is basically, yes. His contract ended June 30th. He's actually not been part of Barca since June 30th. He tried to take a 50% pay cut, as we were talking about earlier. And even with that, they didn't have enough money still. They were required to sell off certain players, and they were unable to do so. And now we're here.
Yeah. Now we're talking about renting out the Eiffel Tower for a signing.
And speaking of, do you find it interesting that, like, the day that this is finally announced, Kung Aguero got a 10-week injury?
No.
Like is that like that's not a coincidence, right? Like,
no, not at all.
Yeah, like
Kuhn thought this was his striker's position. He's like, perfect. I'm going to take Messi, my good friend's position at his club he beloved,
Do you think this break? Like, do you think this kind of hurts their bond? Like, that had to have been a selling point for him to come to Barcelona.
I was going to think. I feel like he wanted to go to Barcelona to be with his buddy Messi.
You would have thought so. And the plan, I think that was the plan. But now it's on Barca not to get it done, so now he's going to be distraught, and now that's why he's...
It's like, what the hell? I made this move for you. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, and you guys couldn't get it done.
Communication, man, sucks.
They could have sold Griezmann to your union.
I don't know if Griezmann's ready for that step yet.
No.
He's got to get his boy KD on the line and help that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Sahab. I don't want to mispronounce your name. By Hob. We were talking about what's going to happen with Mbappe if they're going to have to move on.
Yeah, because they brought Hakimi in too. PSG.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't talk about that really. Yeah. I'm just sorry. I'm going down the thing. Yeah, they're going to have to move somebody, man.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Hakimi left Inter for PSG, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
what's happening to this Inter team? It looks like Lukaku's coming to Chelsea. They're losing Hakimi. Christian Eriksen's probably going to retire. They still don't know if he's coming back or not. So that team's in a little bit of a disarray right now.
It's ridiculous. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know why Hakimi would leave unless the money was just, and he thought that team.
Maybe he knew this. Yeah, look, he's probably pretty happy now. He gets to run up the side and deliver the ball to Messi and watch things happen.
Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I thought they were, unless Inter's just in selling mode for whatever reason. Again, striking while the iron is hot. While these guys' value so high with Hakimi and Lautaro Martinez. We're talking about them possibly selling him off, and Lukaku apparently is coming back to Chelsea for a shit ton of money. So I guess Inter's seeing some dollar signs out in front and figures, hey, let's retool our squad with while we can, while their values are so high.
Joey.
Well, yeah, Kevin Durant would that's actually a good one. Kevin Durant would probably move to PSG because he would probably win a title there as well.
Maybe.
But, Kevin Durant is also part owner of the Philadelphia Union, if people didn't know that.
Yeah,
he's got his hand in there.
Yeah. That's 5%. Hey, that's some other famous person just.
Pat Mahomes bought a stake in
it was Mahomes,
Sporting.
Yeah. Sporting.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of that with these athletes that just have a shit ton of money going to invest in soccer teams.
Speaking of Sporting,
LeBron started that.
Yeah, buying his stake.
His stake in Liverpool.
Yeah. I think Magic started that. Magic's got stakes in 9 teams. Magic spread so thick.
He's allowed to.
Yeah. I really like this Venezia FC team's logo and kits. I'm definitely gonna have to get a Busio. Gotta get a Busio.
They're fresh. They're the hottest jersey out there right now. I saw the Venezia Twitter said that they're sold out in smalls and mediums or something like that already.
Yeah, I gotta get this
and large jerseys because literally every person that's okay, that's fire. That's a fire jersey.
Yeah.
And now bringing some American ins, very smart marketing from Venezia, and they're newly promoted. That's
yeah.
So if there's an Italian team that you need to start watching or be a fan of, Venezia FC, there it is.
I dropped Roma. I'm officially a Venezia FC. I dropped Roma as soon as they signed Jose. That's
true. You don't want the special one.
I had no more love for Roma with the special one there. We got a lot of there's a lot of stuff going on today too. I mean, nothing big name other than maybe Eddie's Rangers going off in a little bit. But there is Champions League qualifying going on today. There is Euro qualifying going on today. There is Carabao Cup low-ranking teams that need to get. A lot of the big teams have already qualified to the next round, but there's some games going on in that currently right now, and some later today. So,
Little Carabao Cup.
Yeah, you love that.
Derby versus Salford City. Love it.
Yeah, Eddie's Rangers with their backs against the wall today, so they're in a must-win situation. Were they down 2-1 to Malmo in aggregate? So Rangers could be joining Celtic in the Euros.
Oh, the downfall of the Scottish League. Hate to see it.
Celtic's been playing well with the addition of Joe Hart and it was James McCarthy and the other dude, the Japanese dude that they just added.
Mm-hmm.
To the dismay of Eddie.
What do you think about this whole Super League thing? I mean, we had a chat about that a while ago. I don't know. I kind of was on the fence about it. At the time, I didn't really like it, but I understood why they were trying to do it. But I would prefer not a Super League. But that's just maybe my old school thought.
Yeah, I'm not a Super League guy.
Anti-Super League on this show.
Yeah. Even though a lot of people think I should be being an Arsenal fan because we can't get into Champions League and we could buy our way into Super League. But
you could.
But I'm not about that life. I want to see my team come back and work hard and earn their way back in the Champions League. So we'll see. We just keep getting knocks now.
I don't know if Stanley would do that.
Yeah. So other Champions League qualifying young boys are losing already 8 minutes into the game. So
damn it.
Sabachu is starting up top though, so we'll see if he can get them going.
Ted _FX said these teams have no salary cap. How are they letting their guys walk? Did Messi just get an offer he couldn't refuse?
They do have a salary cap. We could break down the whole thing. We've done it before with Lord Walker on here.
It's basically the opposite. They just couldn't pay him for the most part.
You are supposed to, under financial fair play rules, your payroll is not supposed to exceed 70% of your revenue. The maximum that they are allowing with a little bit of, proper wording in the deal is if they'll allow up to 100, but you could face penalties, which is basically what happened with City. Yeah. Even Chelsea a little bit, but I don't even think they didn't hit that 100% mark. So that's why theirs was even lesser of a thing at the time when they were going through what they were going through. But even with Messi taking the 50% pay cut, they were at 110% of revenue share. And unfortunately, they weren't able to unload enough people to do that. So just like PSG right now, and that's part of this kid's lawsuit, I think they're doing the same thing. Like if you add Messi's to that, they're calculating that they're going to be over this revenue share mark. And now they're trying to open up an investigation. But the window's still open, and PSG has an opportunity to relieve some of that money by selling, somebody as valuable as Mbappe or even a Keylor Navas with the addition of Donnarumma there. They have 4 goalies on the roster right now, so they'll figure it out. Trust me, they will do what they need to do to cut down to keep Messi on the roster. Yeah.
They got to make some moves. They're going to make it, but again, the windows. We still got like 3 weeks of the transfer window left, so I'm sure once they figure out a good plan, now that they have Messi, they can kind of move forward and figure something out with, if they want to get rid of Mbappe, if Mbappe wants to move off, kind of make that switch to either Madrid or Barcelona, whatever the case may be. I'm sure they have a plan because they're not going to be slapped on the wrist and, given any Champions League bans with this club and the roster that they have, because that's going to drive so much TV money that it's going to be ridiculous. So,
yeah, no,
you want to see that team in.
They might get in trouble, but it'll just be financially.
So, yeah, I'm sure they have a plan in place, but What's up, Greg? Greg does agree to the poll. It seems like everyone's agreeing to the poll that he's got to win it. Are you saying this year or in his time at PSG he must win?
I mean this year, if you look at the way the roster is constructed, but I think the thing is, it's fair to say as a whole.
Yeah.
It's only a 2-year, maybe 3-year deal. You got to win it in that window. If Mbappe does stay and they figure out a way to keep this roster together financially and all that, then there's zero excuse other than like massive injury or something. I don't know. But even then, they're deep.
I was going to say, what's stopping them, even if someone gets hurt, not to get really far. Yeah. I guess that's the good part, to having great depth and just guys that can go on to any team that they want and be the star and probably take their certain team, whatever that may be, on a deep run. So, and again, PSG hasn't exactly been a bad club, so they're just getting better. But again, it feels very. It does feel, now that Joey brought that up, it does feel very Kevin Durant-like.
Yeah.
It's like PSG's the Warriors that just came up short like the last few years, and then they add that like insane piece to put them over the top, essentially. So thank you, Joey. That's actually a really good point to relate that to any American sport kind of lingo.
What else we got going? We have in-house, we got League Cup quarterfinals. So we're in the midst of 2 CONCACAF Champions Leagues right now. So
I'm very confused.
The one from last year that the Union are still alive in and a part of, and hopefully we will be attending the second leg of.
Is that what that is?
Yes, that's still that's CONCACAF Champions League from last year. That's 2020's Champions League, and the League Cup the League Cup in this is the 2021 Champions League, I believe.
That is very confusing.
The quarterfinals. Yeah, they're basically still going on at the same time because there's games tonight.
I saw. I'm like, what the hell is this Leagues Cup?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the CONCACAF Champions League 2021, not 2020.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So it's the CONCACAF Champions League 2021 quarters.
Yes. KC taking on Leon and Seattle taking on
Tigres.
So that's today, and then tomorrow you have NYC FC taking on the Pumas. And then on Thursday you have Orlando taking on Santos.
Nice.
Yes. And then somewhere in the mix here is the Union playing their game coming up in the old.
So last year, last year we played Club America on Thursday in the semifinals of the 2021, not 2021, 2020 Cup. It's very confusing. I just probably fucked everybody up.
Yeah, that game. So that, if you want to watch that game. Hold on. I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm wrong because
so there's a difference between leagues. What's that tournament?
It's completely different.
Okay.
So this is the CONCACAF Champions League semis is August 12th, and the Union is playing Club America. That other one is some kind of other just league cup between the two leagues.
Interesting.
A smaller tournament. It's not a Champions League. Because I'm like, why is Orlando and NYC, like, they haven't won anything recently. Seattle has, but the other guys, Kansas City hadn't won anything recently. They weren't even, like, supporter shields or anything. So, that's a weird tournament.
I have no clue.
But you guys play on the 12th.
Yes.
On the road. That's the one that we really want to focus on. So that's coming up, too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have news to announce, too. There's a very good chance Friday I will be joining a whole group of guys that are Arsenal fans that happen to have a Philly-based Arsenal fan group that I joined during COVID, so I've never met or seen any, but they have watch parties and at this bar Misconduct in Philly. So there's a good chance Friday I will be popping in there.
Nice. Which one?
Watching the game. It's called Misconduct.
You know which street it was? Because I live very close to Misconduct and Tirnanoj in Center City, Philly.
Well, I'm assuming it's only... That should be dumb of me to assume. I better look into that, but oh no, it looks like these are the same. Yeah, Misconduct Tavern. It's right on JFK.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's the Arsenal home.
That's their home bar. Yeah. They're called the Philly Gooners.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good amount of members, it appears. So it looks like this bar will be opening up for games again this year, and they will be there on Friday. So I told them I'm going to try and get there.
I'll say there's that. There's one I went to recently. It's called Tirnanoj. That's a big one. I went there on Saturday, and they were showing the City Leicester game, and there was some City, like probably 12 guys there, and they were showing like random games, like Charlton versus I forget who was playing, Huddersfield maybe.
Nice.
And Chelsea has a bar. It's called Fido's. That's more Center City as well, but the one by me is pretty cool. I don't know what bar it is or who is that's their home, but it's pretty sweet. I want to. Jamarnan says, any chance like Messi could end his career in Barcelona after 2 years with PSG? I mean, that'd be the swan song, wouldn't it?
I mean,
right off into the sunset.
Yeah, anything's possible. Give them two years, maybe the third year to fix their financial problems and get things back on track. And by then, it'll be 37. So he can come back on a very club friendly deal, and yeah, why not? I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I guess that's the dream if you're a Barca fan. Go let him run away for a little bit and then come back.
Maybe he makes the move to the MLS.
I know all the Madrid fans are hoping Cristiano's coming back because now Spain needs a superstar and they're going to be dying. Although I keep telling you, man, don't be surprised. It seems like this Haaland to the Premier League died out. Both Barca and Madrid courted the hell out of Erling Haaland and his father at the beginning of all this. So Spain still needs a star. He's still available. I mean, he's going for Dortmund. He had a hat-trick the other day in the polka like it was nothing. So, I mean, he just keeps showing up and doing his job, and that's what you expect out of him. But if they come knocking and the money's right, you know Dortmund's just they're gonna do what they gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta let them go.
I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Mbappe gets a call from Madrid or Barca, and I wouldn't be surprised if Haaland does as well. So,
yeah, I think La Liga needs a fresh face, that superstar. Haaland would be great. I mean, he wouldn't fit into the prototypical like La Liga type guy per se. But I don't
make
know.
a good Madrid striker.
Yeah. I think if it's anybody, I think Mbappe makes the move to Madrid. I think it's just, I think he's a little bit more marketable than Haaland in Spain. I think obviously Haaland to the Premier League seems to be done, at least for this year, since Chelsea's about to apparently drop like 115 mil on Lukaku to come back, so that's out, and City's not going to pay. Or they shouldn't be able to pay 100 some, probably 150, maybe 130 for Haaland. So I guess we put that on the back burner and see if Madrid's going to push all their chips in the middle of the table and figure it out and grab one of these two guys, I would assume. Or
maybe Haaland's just waiting out Lev and figures he's only got a year or two left.
I saw reports that
he can go take over the Bayern job for the next 10 years.
I saw that Bayern were trying to just, give a little nudge to Dortmund, say, hey, we're always here too. We're your big brothers. You could always sell them to us.
We'll give you something back.
any chance of winning any titles for the next 6 years are going to be out the door if that ever happens.
We'll play a rotated squad, though, when we play other competitions to help you out, so don't worry.
Hey, that's the German Super Cup soon, so we'll see.
It is. It's coming up. Everything's coming up. It's so great. Like, we're so close.
Yeah, the Bundesliga starts on Friday as well, so
yeah.
We got some domestic soccer again. It feels fantastic. Honestly, the last 2 months have just flown by. I don't even know. It's incredible that we're getting into the dog days of summer now, it feels like, where we're hitting mid-August. And, you know, Premier League starting up on Friday, Bundesliga on Friday. It's crazy, but we love it because I think it was great timing because, you know, the Gold Cup's out of the way. The Olympics are out of the way. We had today to really talk about, you know, the Messi thing. And then we'll kind of save, you know, Thursday for all the Prem talk. I know Eric wanted to do a little table prediction of, you know, where we think people are going to shake up, you know, who's going to win the league. Again, kind of going into Niederman's here question, where do you think Harry Kane's going to end up? All these fun little things that we'll probably get to on Thursday. As far as our Prem talk, you know, which of the promoted teams are likely to finish, you know, the furthest up the table? You think the Canaries have any shot to stay up? Do you think Brentford has any shot to stay up? I see a lot of people, a lot of experts saying that they're going to be going right back down. I
haven't seen any, like, they haven't done anything.
No, it's kind of the same squad, and we've seen teams do that, thinking they can just come into the Prem and with that same squad that they were successful with in the championship, and it don't work. It does not work.
Generally not, no.
Or do the Hornets of Watford somehow finish higher in those three teams? And it may well happen. I don't know. It's one of those where it's like we've seen this before because Norwich and Watford were just up. So we're like, we kind of know their whole song and dance, and they're both not good. So
unfortunately, Watford didn't land Messi. They tried.
Unfortunately, they tried to sell Vicarage Road, but they
it didn't work out.
They couldn't sell the stadium to get him. I'm with you, Lord.
That's why I threw up the touchdown. Lord Walker.
I don't think Norwich will be relegated. Again, I don't want to get too much into it and get any secrets, but I'm kind of with everybody, and Brentford might be that team that does the old one and done here.
Well, Norwich has been smart through this, and they didn't go crazy and sell off. So we'll talk about it on Thursday, but they fought through that relegation and got their way back. And
well, there's definitely not going to be a Leeds of last year where they finished top 10. I do not see Norwich, Watford, or Brentford finishing top 10. And a lot of love to Leeds again this year, finishing even higher, which is shocking. And no love to Villa. And Villa has made a lot of moves. Obviously, people are thinking that Jack Grealish move is really going to hurt them. But I'm like, they made some low-key good signings that I think are going to help them. And they still have Emi Martinez is still, I think, one of the best goalies in the league. In my book.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, apologize to the people up there in Birmingham. Not me. Yep. Just waiting for Josh to do his thing. This is big. This is his time to shine. We said on Tuesday if he does well. Wait, Thursday. Actually, off air, Brian and I were saying, you know, if Sargent does well at Norwich, he can really take that striker position of the U.S. and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is when we just did that layout of recent, you know, you had him there. Lord Walker had Hop. I had Sabachu. All of them, I think, aren't terrible answers. Again, I don't think any one of them's lined it up and kind of locked it down yet. But if he can come to Norwich and make some kind of impact and You know, maybe I don't know how they're going to run, if they're going to run 2 strikers with him and Timu together, or if they're going to kind of throw him out more onto a wing role, which he's played before too. The biggest thing with him is he's just got to finish. He's got to put the ball in the net, and he's got to get that notoriety that he can compete on that stage.
Well, if they have any shot of staying up, they need to score goals, because that was their problem. Their last campaign that they were in the Premier League, they just didn't score enough.
Yeah, they did early, and then it just shut
early. I mean, yeah, they have Pukki. They don't have Buendia. Buendia is now at Villa.
Yes, they do have your boy Hot Toddy still, though. They held on to him.
Still there. And then you add Josh Sargent to the mix, and you add Werder Bremen's own Albanian, the Albanian Thor, I like to call him, Milo Rashica. If you're not familiar with him, YouTube this kid. He's pretty good. So another low-key good move for the Canaries that I think are going to help them out. So yeah, it'll be a fun little Thursday show trying to predict who's going to end up where, because it's hard not knowing what the hell we're going to get with any team. I saw some disrespect by some other lad on Twitter saying Chelsea's going to win the league and Liverpool's going to finish 6th. Ooh. And I was like, wow, that is an extremely hot take.
Wow, Lord Walker probably loves hearing that, landing back home. So that'll give him a lot of firepower next week.
We did touch on how Inter's been selling off or trying to sell off everybody.
Yeah.
With Lukaku and, shopping around Lautaro Martinez a little bit.
Hakimi
gone. So it seems like their liquidation makes sense.
Yeah.
We were wondering why. Didn't make sense because that team was really good, but Lord Walker's always got the news of on the financial side. He's good with that.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, anything else you want to touch on before we any yellow cards, anybody to put on notice that you can think of off the top of your head?
I didn't have. There was one I was looking at earlier, but nothing too crazy, I guess, at this point. I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a red card. I mean, it goes in with our constant red card, and I guess I didn't want to. We'll save that because next week's the Premier League show. But they did put some protocols now into place, I guess, for racism and things along those lines at the stadiums this year. So we could break that down next week. But that would be the only thing. I guess I'll give my red card to Aguero, just, again, coming up with this convenient big-time injury as soon as Messi's out the door. So
it's tough.
Again, it's. I'm surprised. I get to close out the show. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that Messi's making the move. He finally gets his international trophy this summer, and now he's making a jump to a second club in his career. So the more he continues to do things like that, he's going to open the door to now me solely look at the numbers. And if he can get that Champions League win, like our poll question says, it's really going to increase his favorability in that debate between him and Ronaldo, and could possibly start swaying me even the other direction. And you know how tough I've been on him since we've been doing this. But again, like I said in the beginning of the show, he's doing what we asked him to do, whether it felt forced because they just couldn't meet the contract needs or whatever. He's made a move now to a second club. Again, it's a big super club, whatever, but it's still a jump to a second club. Ronaldo's gone to big clubs. It's not like he went to small clubs and did anything. He went to 3 major clubs. But he's got to produce and he's got to win. And if he does, then I'll start reevaluating.
I think it's going to sway a lot of people, to be honest. Because now it's like, all right, well, he got out of his comfort zone. He's winning titles with Argentina, which that was his biggest knock, career-wise, and now it's making that next step to a different club. And if he's successful and scores the goals that Ronaldo was able to do, how he's been doing it at Juve, it's especially if he gets a Champions League title, and say he wins 2 French league titles and a Champions League in that 2-year span that he's there for how many ever long. Does he run away with the GOAT, debate?
Yeah.
It's a really interesting how, and again, maybe I'm sure that has zero to no reason why he made this switch, but I like to make up, scenarios in my own mind, saying someone's like, hey, you know what, you've been at the same club for
We've been pushing it for
20 years, and you're Mr. Comfortable. How about that Ronaldo guy? He's been at 3 big major clubs, winning trophies, scoring titles. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe one of Messi's kids clicked on an episode of Kickin at Stateside where we were just dogging him, and he was like, "Hey, see, that's how they look at you in America. Got to make a move, Dad."
Yeah, I'm sure he cares about what some 2 yos from the northeast of Pennsylvania and New Jersey think about his father.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's great. Americans are hilarious.
Yeah.
Lord Walker, hot take before we get out of here. Ronaldo's going to join him. If that happens, I'm not even going to watch it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, no, I will. And it doesn't matter who they play, I will become a fan of.
They just beat people 6-7-0 every game.
They could play Spurs, and I would probably I don't know about that.
I don't know. That's a lot of ego on one squad and a lot of mouths to feed. That's too much. There's only one ball. Only one ball out there. So that's a crazy hot take. But so we've run out of time, unfortunately. We'll be back again Thursday. Thanks, everybody on YouTube, for catching us. We appreciate you guys again. We're Kicking it Stateside, Adam and Brian. If you're new, we are on A2D Radio. Again, we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. That's Eastern time. So maybe different for wherever you are in the U.S. or in the world. But again, we appreciate you guys for jumping on. We love you guys, and we will see you Thursday for a little Prem preview. And we will talk about where the Premier League is heading. Is Man City repeat as champions? Is anybody going to challenge them? The whole Harry Kane situation, I'm sure we'll chat on, and we'll bring on, I'm sure Lord Walker will join us to see what his mighty Reds of Liverpool, all you Liverpool fans out there, trying to get your squad healthy with Van Dijk and Joe Gomez being back. So yeah, we'll see you on Thursday. Brian probably had some technical difficulties, of course, but yes, love you guys. We'll see you on Thursday, 2:00. Later.